Right, we're back in. Good evening, everybody. We are back for one prediction show this evening, as opposed to the 95 we did last week. Obviously, big week last week. Not so big this week, but we've still got a World Championship main event from Liverpool, JFT, and LT Sweet Boxing Science with me. As always, good to see you, boys. WBA Featherweight Championship on the line as Mr. Nick Wrecking Ball will defend against Brandon Figueroa. Queensbury show live on the zone. Ball 23-0-1. Obviously, probably should be 24-0 with the Ray Vargas fight. Beat Goodman last time out, looked decent doing so. Figueroa 26-2-1. Only really lost to Stephen Fulton both times on points. We know he's dangerous. He can whack a little bit. Didn't look good in that Fulton rematch when he got done in the Timberlands and jeans combo by Fulton, if you remember that one, boys. Got a win since then, but Ball's a decent favourite. Evening, Luke. I hope you're well, mate. Yeah, it should be a good one. Andrew Kane in the co-main as well. Figueroa, there's contrasting opinions, boys. He's dangerous. He can punch. Some people are saying he's tailor-made for Nick Ball. Obviously, he's going to have 5 or 6 inch height advantage over Ball. Most people do. Hi, Humble. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, interested to see how you boys have it, because you know what I think about Ball. I love him, but I'm convinced he's going to get beat soon. I don't know if Figueroa's the guy to do it, but it honestly wouldn't shock me. So how have you got it, boys?
I'm at that stage, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. So as Nick Ball's gone up the levels, he's got the wins, and obviously it should have got the win when it was a draw. But I keep seeing, I don't want to say frailties, but I keep seeing holes in his game. I think he takes way too many shots for me.
Oh, he does.
I think he stays in the pocket way too long, gets a little bit trigger happy and sort of just right and then leaves himself wide open. And I think on the flip side of Figueroa being tailor-made for him, he potentially, a natural featherweight of his size, or a natural lad in his weight division of his size, will struggle with someone like Figueroa. But the fact that Nick Ball is significantly smaller than everybody in his weight division can go one or two ways. It's either going to make it easier for him to get underneath the long levers, the jab, and get into the pocket and be able to get his work off and get out. But for me, I don't think he's going to find it easy to negate that jab. Figueroa's got a pistol. I know it sounds cliche, but he's got a really good jab, really fast, got a really good following right hand over the top. And I think if Nick Ball's not careful, Figueroa could have, I don't want to say an easy night, but you could just keep him at range, because Nick Ball jumps in as well. So he does his best work inside, but getting inside, he don't manoeuvre himself in there.
Yeah.
He gets.
Sam Goodman did well against him last time out. Thanks, Yems and Ryan Hong, for joining us. Figueroa turns up, could be competitive. Liam, Figueroa too old. Humble says 29 now, been in a lot of fights. Ryan says Figueroa didn't win his last fight against Joey Gonzalez, was a robbery. Yeah, Liam, he did well, Sam Goodman. I thought we all watched it together on the Moses Dillian White card, didn't we? The Sam Goodman fight. I mean, how do you see it? Are you with me and Jay? You think Ball will get beat soon? Maybe not on Saturday, but I honestly think he's going to get beat soon. He does take too many, I think.
Yeah, I think if he keeps stepping up in levels or going up against men who are naturally much bigger than he is, both in weight and size, at some point he's going to come unstuck. Figueroa 18, 24 months ago was that guy, and he could still be that guy. But as Ryan said, as we've hinted at, his recent performances make you think that he's maybe had his best nights and they could be past him. But look, Nick Ball does leave himself open. He sits on the chest. He comes wading in. He likes taking shots without really defending himself as well as he could do. If Figueroa's on it, if we've got the Figueroa that was in the first Stephen Fulton fight as opposed to the second one where he got done with those fantastic Timberland shorts on from Fulton, then it could be a tricky night for him. Look, that Liverpool crowd are going to play a big part in the fight. If he's losing, we know they'll get behind him. But at the same time, if it's going one-sided, you'll get an arena empty and you get people leaving early. And then where's the atmosphere that Nick Ball tries is going to come from? I think he still comes through this fight, but we are getting closer to the point where, you know, the all-out action without really too much defence to protect himself, and Nick Ball does get caught out. I just think Figueroa isn't active enough. He's not in the best form. But he is a dangerous opponent, of course. And that size advantage could be, if Nick Ball can't get inside his jab in the first 3 or 4 rounds, it could be a pretty boring fight, couldn't it? Because we know if Figueroa takes the pace of his jab, we've seen before, Nick Ball doesn't have a plan B. He knows one way.
Yeah.
Jay, he's had his nose busted in like 3 of his last 4 fights. If I remember Nick Ball, I know Ray Ford definitely sort of broke his nose or something. Then I can't. Was it who did he fight before Goodman?
TJ Dehenny.
Was it Ronnie Rios or someone like that?
Dehenny was after. It was Rios, Dehenny, then Goodman. I'm pretty sure.
When he should have got disqualified, you mean?
Yeah, for the kick.
Yeah.
Can I say something? And I'm not shitting on Nick Ball because you guys know I rate him just as highly as you two guys do, but I don't buy into this wrecking ball. I don't think he is half as
He's not a big puncher. He's definitely not a big puncher.
Yeah, and I think he's become a little bit embroiled in. I'm not saying he's, believing his own hype, but to a degree, I am going to say that he's believing his own hype, and he gets very trigger happy. And I just think that Figueroa's boxing skill. I think Figueroa's boxed at a higher level consistently. I know he's not boxed recently, and the momentum probably lies with Nick Ball, but I think skill for skill, Figueroa's just as good as Nick Ball, and I think he might even be the harder puncher of the two. Remember, it's coming from further away. It's travelling longer. That does make a difference. If he gets a good swing on Nick Ball and catches him coming in, because as I said, Nick Ball likes to leap in. He doesn't sophisticatedly manipulate his way in using his footwork and setting traps. He just sort of steams in and takes shots. That's what worries me about this, that he could get caught with like an uppercut or an overhand right as he's on the
That's the shot to get Ball with the uppercut. Ray Ford had a lot of success, and that was a 50-50 fight. That could have gone either way. I thought that was a draw, really.
Yeah, I think it was one of those, a flip of a coin. And I think if they fought again, and Ford changed his tactics a little bit, because we know Nick Ball fights one way, you could see a different result if those two boxed again. It's one of the fights for the first time with Nick Ball where I haven't got 100% confidence in knowing the result before a punch is thrown. Yeah, and I think that's great. For me, that's great. But what I don't want to happen is Figueroa get the best of it and get shit on the scorecards.
Yeah,
I think the only way wins
to get a decision in Liverpool. I think Mike is kind of agreeing with where we've been at here. Luke says, yeah, because Nick jumps into quick, he doesn't get time to set his feet. Yeah, I agree with that. Going off what Jay said, Vince Figueroa shows up. Ryan says the upset's possible. Nick Ball by decision. Yeah, Nick Ball. I mean, I guess we'll get into it in a second, then, boys, about where you're at for the fight. I think why Figueroa's been brought over is the matchmakers at Queensbury. Probably watched, as you said, Liam, his last two, Gonzalez and Fulton, especially. I mean, he got pretty. He got, I wouldn't say schooled. You don't want to throw that out. Schooling's 12-0. Calzaghe, isn't it? But he got outboxed easily. And the first fight was a decent fight. So he hasn't looked great recently. But we know Nick Ball's going to take shots. I'm with you. I don't think. I mean, he's never been stopped, has he? Figueroa.
Fulton's a slick boxer as well, Sam.
Sorry. Oh yeah, no, Fulton's good. Yeah, forget his last fight against Foster.
A slick boxer, so the comparison in styles is totally different. Nick Ball is, and I sound again like I'm shitting on him, but his style's very basic. He's tough. He's fast. He's very fast. I'll give him that. He's very fast.
Like his nails, his chin is, and his condition.
And that's going to be, I think, for me, that's going to be his downfall. He's going to get slept, I think, eventually. He'll fight someone that's as big a puncher, if not bigger than him.
Put it this way, I honestly, and I don't think I'm doing it a disservice, this is genuinely what I believe. I don't think a New Way Ball fight is competitive, even with jumping up. No. 1-2-6.
Don't make it sound so.
Yeah, I think a New Way stops Ball late, honestly, but I don't think it's... Anyway, that's hypothetically speaking. He is, Mikey. Look, I don't know what happened in that Shaki Foster fight last time out, but I'm with Ryan, who just mentioned it. I think Nick Ball wins it on points. I don't think he'll run away with it. I think it'll be close enough. Figueroa will have his moments. I don't know if he's got enough to stop Ball. I think he's still fresh enough right now, but he's adding miles on the clock in every fight, in my opinion. So I don't think the time is to go against him right now. So yeah, I think he'll get it done on points. Go on, Jay. You're gonna say something.
I'm gonna say draw. I'm gonna say draw for the simple fact I was gonna pick Figueroa on points. I've just got a feeling from the I've never said that I thought Nick Ball would beat him. I rate Figueroa, and I think he come up against Fulton, who on his day, beats 99.9% of the division he's in and the division above. You know, Fulton on his day is twice as good as Nick Ball. I think he beats Nick Ball comfortably. And I think if Figueroa turns up, I think it might be similar to Murtazaliev Kelly, sort of 5-1 first half of the fight, 5-1 second half of the fight, which is the way I scored it, by the way, 5-1, 5-1. I had that draw. I don't think they're going to let Nick Ball lose on points, but I think it might be a case of a toss of a coin and they'll go draw. So I'm going to go for the draw.
Sorry, I was laughing at Luca. Oh, dear. Liam.
I don't know what he said. I can't see.
No, it's nothing about you. Don't worry.
No, just in general, I meant. Yes, he was.
Nick will come through it tight. I think you're looking at a 7-5, 8-4 competitive fight. One of those fights where you can make an argument either way, but the red corner is going to get the decision when it comes down to it. But with the caveat, like Jay said, if Figueroa is able to show that form that we haven't seen for a couple of fights from him, then this could be the night. Unfortunately, comes crashing down around Nick Ball. But it'll be a competitive fight. You just expect the fresher boxer that's obviously on a roll. He's still undefeated, isn't he, Nick, to come through it?
He is. You know what gets me and what puts the doubt in for me is we've seen vulnerabilities in his last few fights, and I know he's going up the levels, but it's the same thing. Like you said, he gets his nose busted open, he's walking onto shots, he's got his head down as he jumps in.
It doesn't matter if it's Dehaney, Rios, or whether it's Ray Ford, the top slick fighters. He'll take shots, Ball, but he hasn't fought like a thunderous puncher. Yeah, he's fought decent punches, but
Figueroa hits hard. I won't say he's a thunderous puncher, but again, it's coming from a long way.
No, Figueroa he can punch for sure. I wouldn't say I'm talking like Uranues and even Espinoza up at featherweight. Sorry, same weight in a unification. He's knocking people out. If Ball's going to unify, I think it could be trouble for him. He takes too many, but. Go on. In a draw and 2 decisions for Nick Ball. Is that where we're at?
That's where we're at.
Okay, then we'll enjoyed that. Thanks everyone. Luca, Humble, Mike, Ryan, Jens. I think that's it. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Cheers,
as always, Jay, Liam, always a pleasure. We'll probably do some form of watch along on the.
Absolutely.
Agree with that, Humble. Yeah, we'll be around on Saturday. So enjoy.